Today's technology briefing is about one theme: AI agents are moving from chat to action, and security teams need to adjust now. In the next few minutes, a Wired report says Claude helped a researcher find a way to issue tickets for major US festivals. Microsoft is warning about MCP tool poisoning in AI agents. Ars Technica covers a new AI browser guardrail problem. Google's Gemini Spark reaches the Mac, and GitHub has a practical checklist for maintainers. The takeaway is simple: do not only ask whether a model is smart. Ask what the model can touch, what tools it can call, and who reviews the result. First, the strongest story. Wired reports that a security researcher used Anthropic's Claude Opus 4.7 while testing FrontGate, a ticketing platform used by festivals including Lollapalooza and Bonnaroo, and found a way to issue tickets. This is not a how-to segment, and I am not giving exploit steps. The confirmed news value is that a frontier model was useful enough in a real web security investigation to help move from curiosity toward a high-impact finding. For everyday users, that sounds distant, but the lesson is very close. Ticketing, travel, banking, healthcare, and workplace tools all depend on authorization rules that can break in small ways. For builders, it means access control reviews, audit logs, approval flows, and abuse monitoring need to assume attackers may have AI help. The important nuance: AI did not magically erase all security work. A human researcher still had to understand the target, test carefully, and interpret results. But AI can compress the time between idea and working hypothesis. That changes the economics of both defense and offense. Bug bounty teams may see more reports. Product security teams may need faster triage. And companies that rely on hidden complexity as a defense should expect that automated assistance makes that defense weaker. Second, Microsoft's security team published a warning about AI agents when tools move from reading to acting. Their example is MCP tool poisoning. MCP, the Model Context Protocol, is designed to connect AI systems with external tools and data. Microsoft's warning is that manipulated tool descriptions can turn trusted agents into a control plane for unwanted actions or data loss. In plain English, the agent may read a tool description, believe it is legitimate, and then use that tool in a way the user did not intend. The risk is not just the prompt box. It is the metadata, connectors, plugins, descriptions, and permissions around the model. For businesses, the defensive checklist should be concrete. Treat tool descriptions and retrieved content as untrusted input. Keep high-risk actions behind human approval. Separate read-only tools from tools that write, delete, send, buy, deploy, or change permissions. Log every tool call with the user, the model, the tool name, the arguments, and the result. And test agents with adversarial descriptions before connecting them to production systems. Third, Ars Technica covered research on AI browsers being pushed into what researchers describe as a false context where guardrails no longer apply. The Ars summary says even a simple false claim, like telling an LLM that 2 + 2 = 5, can contribute to the system following forbidden instructions in that context. The broader point is that browser agents see messy web pages, ads, comments, documents, and instructions written by other people. If the agent treats that environment as trusted, the browser becomes a risky place to automate actions. This matters because AI browsers are being marketed as a way to let software shop, book, summarize, fill forms, and operate accounts for us. That is powerful. It is also exactly why context isolation matters. A secure AI browser needs clear separation between the user's instruction, the website's content, the browser's private system rules, and any tool calls that can change the user's real account. If those layers blur together, prompt injection becomes more than a weird demo. It becomes a business risk. Fourth, TechCrunch reports that Google's Gemini Spark, described as a 24/7 agentic assistant, is now available on Mac, with improvements such as real-time tracking and support for more apps. This is the mainstreaming part of the story. Agentic assistants are no longer only cloud demos or developer experiments. They are arriving on desktops, close to calendars, files, browsers, and messaging apps. That creates obvious productivity upside, summarizing workflows, tracking tasks, and coordinating apps. It also means permission design becomes a consumer product issue, not only an enterprise security issue. If you are a user, the practical advice is to start small. Give an assistant access to the minimum accounts and apps needed. Avoid connecting sensitive email, password managers, financial accounts, or admin consoles until the security model is clear. If you manage a company fleet, use device management and identity controls to decide which agentic apps can run, what data they can access, and whether their actions are logged. Fifth, GitHub published a maintainer-focused post called 6 Security Settings Every GitHub Maintainer Should Enable This Week. GitHub's framing is realistic. These controls will not make a project unhackable, but they close easy doors. That is exactly the right security philosophy for the AI era. AI systems and cloud apps are built on open-source dependencies. If attackers can compromise maintainers, steal tokens, or slip malicious code into popular packages, the downstream blast radius can be enormous. The maintainer message is, turn on the free protections you already have. Use stronger authentication, protect critical branches, review dependency and secret alerts, and make it harder for a single mistake to become a supply chain incident. For companies, do not just consume open source passively. Inventory critical dependencies, monitor advisories, pin and review updates where appropriate, and support the maintainers you depend on. Sixth, NVIDIA says its BioNMO Agent Toolkit is bringing accelerated AI workflows to life sciences researchers inside Anthropic's Claude Science. This is not a cybersecurity incident, it is a sign of where agents are going. Specialized agents are moving into scientific and regulated workflows where they may plan experiments, analyze data, and connect to domain-specific tools. That can speed up research, but it raises the bar for provenance, review, and reproducibility. In science, the question is not only, did the agent produce an answer? It is, where did the answer come from, what data was used, and can another team verify it? So here is today's bottom line. AI agents are becoming useful because they can act. The same capability creates the security problem. Whether it is a ticketing system, a browser agent, a desktop assistant, a developer repository, or a scientific workflow, the pattern is the same: limit permissions, separate trusted and untrusted context, require approval for high-impact actions, and keep detailed logs. The winning teams will not be the ones that ban AI everywhere. They will be the ones that design AI systems as powerful but untrusted operators inside clear guardrails. If you are building with agents this week, pick 3 actions: inventory every tool your agent can call, mark which tools can change the outside world, and add human approval or strict policy checks to those actions. That is the practical step between hype and safe deployment.